Hello and welcome. You are watching this brand new episode, basically based on business, but beyond that as well. This is called Biz Pulse. With me is my colleague joining us all the way from Bangalore. Shrutee Sarkar is there. Shruti, I know the temperature is on in Bangalore, but what about Dalal Street? How are the market functioning today?
Well, the market has actually reached, it has gained significantly this year so far. But for the after the U.S. Federal Reserve signaled that there will be potential cuts in the coming year, which is expected,
Mhm.
Nifty actually rallied. So that's a good sign. However, on
Mhm.
the other hand, there are some IT stocks which are already impacted by the ADRs of those stocks have fallen
Right.
today. So
Okay.
overall, market is balanced as of now. Also, a big event is approaching, the general election
Mhm.
2024, a seven-phase election that will start on April 19th. So, traders, investors are very, very closely watching every move, I could say, and
Absolutely.
would react accordingly. But as of now, market is stable.
Right, you're absolutely right. When it comes to elections, even the precursor to the election at times gives jitters to the market. As of now, till now, we have seen mixed sentiments. We'll have to wait and watch as the week inch closer to the election season, and also the big day, the announcement of the results. That day is something that the markets too have responded in ways more than just one. You mentioned about ADRs. Now, the Indian IT ADRs are down in the US market. Any specific reason do you foresee for this?
Yes, Accenture is a pretty big, consulting firm, and it actually trimmed its revenue guidance. Earning season is just around the corner. It starts from April 10th, around that time, and most of these IT companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro is going to report. This is
Mhm.
one of the major news in the US
Mhm.
and in back home in India, because IT software firms actually show the trend that how it's going to be. And if a big
Mhm.
firm like Accenture is trimming is cutting its revenue guidance for fiscal
Mhm.
2024, it will have an impact on shares that are listed in NYSE and Nasdaq. And so Infosys, Wipro shares have fallen, their ADRs have
Uh-huh.
fallen, and today in the morning Nifty IT, the index, was in red. It was down 2% last I saw. So
Right.
yeah, let's hope for the best. But also, there are job cuts, more job cuts news coming. So the sentiment of the market is that there will be bad news, led by more job cuts in the IT industry. And that is why IT stocks are in focus today, and it will be in the coming few weeks.
Right. Obviously, Shruti, hearing you at times reminds me of the time when IT was on boom, and now with obviously some dwindling fortunes here and there, and the tumult in the market, especially in the western part of the US markets. Uh, it just reminds me of the saying, all that glitters is not gold. And also brings me to this another quick topic of gold prices. I mean, we saw it skyrocketing, touching an all-time high. Even if I did a simple Google search, it tells me that 10 gram of 24 karat gold, 99.9% in Delhi, in India, is 68,205 Indian rupees. What is happening with gold as of now?
Let me tell you, Pankaj, it's very interesting times. Equity markets are reaching touching record highs every other day, and gold is also reaching, a new highs. This is very unlikely in an ideal world, because the reason being, equity market is a risky market. The stock
Hmm.
market is a risky. The stocks itself is a risky asset, and gold is known as safe haven. That when everything, everything goes bad, there's geopolitical risks, there's an election coming, then ideally people
Gold.
should like investors and traders should ideally invest on gold, which is a safe haven, which will give you guaranteed returns. But
Right.
the cause of this rise in the gold is
Hmm.
partially due to there are significant risks due to war. Plus, some of the countries, led by Chinese central bank, they are also purchasing gold. And the other thing is, Federal Reserve's comment where Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that they are monitoring inflation data, economic data, and unemployment data very closely. And in the coming months, there will be a job cut. Now, this news,
Oh.
although boosted stocks, the dollar index was actually down. It was down less than 104. It has touched
Mhm.
103, and that is one of the reason that gold prices were up, because firstly, yes, the central bank cutting rates is very important, but the other side of it is that inflation in the US has still not reached the Federal Reserve's target, which is 2%. On the other side,
Okay.
unemployment rate has been slightly increasing. So it is a
Mhm.
concern for the biggest, and if I could say the largest central bank in the world, that unemployment rate is slightly increasing, and the growth is slowing. So it could be a concern where the economy is
Right.
headed for a recession. So, considering all
Absolutely.
this, I think all the risks, downside risks, the gold prices will rise in the coming months. That is what the gold analysts are also predicting. Also considering that there's a wedding season coming up,
I was about
gold
to mention
jewelry,
that.
right?
Yes.
So gold
Mhm.
jewelry demand is going to go up.
Right.
Let's just keep a watch on that.
Absolutely, Shruti. But in the sentiments, countries like India, obviously, where the gold consumption, the purchase is high, and the sentiments and the social value attached to it is also very high. That keeps the gold at a premium at all times. But this particular cataclysmic rise, I would say, in the gold prices, obviously, as you mentioned, comes so only through its shine of stability. Be it war, be it any upheaval in the national or international markets, gold's shine still remains intact. Shruti, thank you so much for speaking to us and bringing the viewers up to speed with what's happening in the markets and beyond. And trust me, it is going to be a happy Tuesday once again when the markets open, because Monday it will be closed on account of Holi, which brings me to a very good and happy and safe Holi wishes from One India family to yours. And Shruti, you too have fun there in Bangalore. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you so much.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.